October 5th, 2014, from Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego, California, was the New York Jets at the San Diego Chargers. The Chargers won the toss and they elected to defer, so the Jets took over first and they would punt on their first possession. So now the Chargers had the ball on their own 10-yard line. They would go 90 yards in 11 plays, capped off by an 8-yard touchdown pass from Phillip Rivers to Antonio Gates that made the score 7-0 Chargers over the Jets. So now the Jets got the ball with about 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter, and they would punt for the second straight possession, and the Chargers would take over with about 5 minutes left in the quarter, and they would punt for the first time in this game. And so now the Jets get the ball back, and they would go 3 and out as they punted for the third straight possession. So now the Chargers would take over on their own 9-yard line with just seconds left in the first quarter, and they would end up bringing the first quarter to a close, and they opened up the second quarter with a 7-point lead in the ball on the Jets 22 as it was 1st and 10 from the 22. So they picked up the first down, but then Phillip Rivers dropped back the pass and he was intercepted by Adams. So now the Jets took over on their own 20, but then Johnson fumbled the ball and the Chargers took back over on the Jets 20. So both teams just turned it over back and forth, an interception, then a fumble. So the Chargers had it on the 20. They picked up 5 yards on a penalty and repeated first down. And then they ended up getting another penalty. So now it was a first down for the third down in a row, as it was 1st and goal from the 7. But then another penalty as they got a touchdown, but it was nullified from offensive holding. So it was first down for the 4th straight down, as it was 1st and goal on the 17 of the Jets. Then an incomplete pass made it 2nd and 17. They picked up 5 yards on a pass to Keenan Allen. And then 3rd and 12 from the Jets. Was 3rd and goal from the Jets 12. Phillip Rivers hit Antonio Gates for a 12-yard touchdown pass to make it 14-0 Chargers over the Jets. So now the Jets had the ball on their own 16 with about 10 minutes left before halftime. But they would punt yet again, as they were just punting the ball on every possession thus far, except for when they fumbled the ball. So now the Chargers had the ball with 7.5 minutes left before halftime. They had it on their own 9-yard line. They would end up getting the ball up to the 27, and then Phillip Rivers hit Oliver for a 50-yard pass, and they had the ball on the New York 23. A couple plays later, Oliver ran 15 yards on 3rd and 2 from the 15 for a touchdown that made it 21-0 Chargers over the Jets. So now the Jets had the ball with less than a minute before halftime, and they started to get something going. And on 3rd and 11 from the 25, Geno Smith was intercepted by Branden Flowers, and the Phillip Rivers would take a knee, and this game went to halftime with the score 21-0 Chargers. So now in the third quarter, the Chargers would open things up, but they went 3 and out for the first time in this game. And now the Jets went 3 and out as they continued to just keep punting the ball. Now the Chargers had the ball with less than 12 minutes left in the third quarter. They had it on their own 10-yard line, but they would go 90 yards in 9 plays in about 5 minutes, capped off by a 9-yard touchdown pass from Phillip Rivers to Branden Oliver. It was the 9-9-9, and it was now 28-0 Chargers over the Jets. So now the Jets had the ball with less than 7 minutes left in the third quarter, and they would punt yet again as they just continued to punt the ball on every possession other than the one time they fumbled it. So now the Chargers had the ball, and they went 3 and out, and then the Jets went 3 and out as they were just punting the ball back and forth. So now the Chargers took over with about 2 minutes left in the third quarter. They had it on the Jets 38, and they would bring the quarter to a close as they actually got all the way to the 25 and then to the 23. So they opened up the fourth quarter with the ball on the 23, up by 28 points. And then 3 plays into the fourth quarter, Nick Novak came out to kick a 34-yard field goal, and it was now 31-0 Chargers over the Jets. So now the Jets went 3 and out as they continued to just go 3 and out over and over. And now the Chargers had the ball with about 12 minutes left in the game, and they punted the ball. And then the New York Jets had the ball with less than 9 minutes left in this game. They had it on their own 20. They would get all the way down into San Diego territory. They made it into the red zone. It was first down on the San Diego 6-yard line. It was 1st and goal, but then a penalty moved them back. and then a few plays later it was 4th and 16 from the San Diego 16-yard line, and Michael Vick hit Cumberland for a 6-yard pass, and they turned the ball over on downs, as Michael Vick had been playing the whole second half, as he had come into the game at halftime for Geno Smith. So San Diego now had the ball with about 4.5 minutes left in the game. They went 3 and out, and they gave it back to the Jets. The Jets would actually have it on their own 24. They moved into San Diego territory, but eventually this game came to a close, as the Jets are the first team this year to be shut out, as the San Diego Chargers win this one 31-0. And the Chargers now improve their record to 4-1, and the Jets fall to 1-4. And in this game, Phillip Rivers was 20 for 28 with 288 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He also had 3 rushing yards off of 2 carries. Michael Vick was 18 for 19 for 47 yards. That was in the second half. In the first half, Geno Smith was 4 for 12 for 27 yards and 1 interception. Both quarterbacks combined for less than 100 passing yards for the Jets. The leading rusher in this game was Branden Oliver. He rushed for 114 yards off of 19 carries, one of which was for a touchdown. And the leading receiver was Malcom Floyd with 3 receptions for 72 yards. So even though Landry had 10 sacks and Harris had 10 sacks for the Jets, they couldn't stop the offense of the Chargers from putting up 31 points. The Chargers had 2 sacks versus the Jets' 3 sacks, and each team had an interception, as Adams intercepted it for the Jets and Flowers intercepted it for the Chargers. But the final score was 31-0, as the Chargers get the shutout, and they improve their record to 4-1, as they are now right up there in the AFC West, and the Jets are 1-4, as they are on the bottom of the AFC East. So once again, the final score 31-0, San Diego over New York.